Every week, America got to know Sam, Toby, CJ, and President Bartlett as they battled those evil-doing Republicans on NBC's hit television show, The West Wing. But is this what it's really like in The West Wing? Having interned at the White House from January of this year till May, I've had first-hand experience of the people, personalities, and procedures inside of America's most powerful office building, which is why I'd like to talk to you a little bit about, first, how the show contrasts with the actual West Wing, but secondly, what life is actually like if you were to work within the walls of the West Wing. The show, as you would probably believe, has a heightened level of drama and a certain level of organized chaos in a feature often called walk and talk. Characters are seemingly so busy that the only time they can manage to talk to each other is when they bump into each other in the hallways. This is actually not true in the real West Wing, which is much more calm. And although busy, individuals manage to talk to each other other than being in the halls. You can see Leo McGarry there is so busy he's about to drop his papers. Also, the real West Wing as compared to the show is much smaller. It has very narrow hallways, low ceilings, and kind of cramped offices. Contrary to popular belief, the West Wing, the action that occurs in the West Wing, or as the show would portray it, doesn't even happen in the West Wing at all. A lot of what happens is in this building, called the Eisenhower Executive Office Building, which is adjacent to the West Wing, but still considered a part of the White House complex. According to the official White House website, of the 1,800 people that work for the president, the majority are right here in this building. You can see in this picture just how large the Eisenhower building is right here in the middle. And then also, if you look here on your left, that white little speck there, that's the West Wing. So clearly you can see that's where a lot of action is going on. I often get asked the question, did you see the president a lot? The answer is not really. Probably about once or twice a week, I actually saw the president. And it was so rare that he came in the Eisenhower building that they literally roll out the red carpet for him whenever he came. Now, that's a little bit about the environment and the circumstances, but what about the people, the personalities? Well, as you would imagine, people inside the West Wing are highly ambitious and highly motivated individuals. But they are also consider themselves to be public servants. Whether you agree with the president's policies or not, these individuals sincerely believe they are serving their country. And you know what? I tend to believe them because they are not doing it for the pay. According to the Washington Post, these folks are making around $30,000 to $40,000 as a beginning salary, where they could be other places making a lot more money. My own personal experience there also suggests that these individuals are highly respectful of Latter-day Saints like you and I. Almost every single one who, when they found out I was Mormon, not because I broadcast that, but because when you're at BYU, they know you're Mormon, they had had a previous positive experience in one way or another with a Latter-day Saint. And for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I have no idea why, they like to accommodate to our standards. One West Wing official that I knew pretty well, before he knew I was a Mormon, let's just say he kind of had a potty mouth. But after he figured out I was a Mormon, I heard a lot more darns and shoots than before he knew I was a Mormon. All in all, people in the West Wing, like I said, are performing a service. And you may not agree with their policies. And we tend to think that these are the most intelligent, best cream of the crop. Unless you're a Democrat, of course. But we tend to hold them to that standard and don't realize that these are human beings who make mistakes, just like you and me, who must make decisions on limited information, maybe even false information, as we've seen sometimes with President Bush. But what is a very difficult task is sometimes the president has to make difficult calls and not everyone's going to be happy. In conclusion, as President Johnson once said, the difficult task of being president is not doing what is right, but it is knowing what is right.